Hello, this is Ken Siegel. I'm a partner and managing director of the Business Advisory Services practice here at LGA, and I'm with Peter Mwangi, a principal on our team. Hello, Peter.
Hello, Ken. How are you today?
Excellent. Today's topic is we're going to be talking about the need and benefits of outsourcing for family offices during a family office's life cycle. First and foremost, Peter, how would you define a family office?
Thanks, Ken. A family office is an entity established by wealthy families to manage their wealth and provide other services to family members, such as tax and estate planning services.
So it's essentially a small office of high net worth individuals' wealth that they then distribute. Got it. What sort of general, before we go into the details, what sort of overarching challenges would a family office have?
Sure. Well, the challenges are going to be unique to their stage. When it comes to early stage family offices, one of the biggest challenges is diligence, meaning the sourcing and analyzing of investment opportunities. Another one's accounting and modeling that allow for clarity and decision-making around KPIs. And I'd say the last fundamental major challenge to an early stage family office is taxes. Proper advice leading to profit maximization and the maintenance of good standing.
Yeah, no, that's interesting because the way I see it is that when you're starting out in any business, whether it's a family office or your manufacturing company, you want to make sure that you have the right best practices as you're doing things. So the way I see it, correct me if I'm wrong, is that you want to have diligence services optimized so that you're not as attuned to looking at opportunities to say more seasoned family offices, and you want to make sure that all your investments are good ones. Similarly, on taxes, you want to make sure you have the right foundation so that if there is something that has to be addressed down the road, you've done what you can to set it up on the front end. Is those sorts of concepts?
That's exactly correct. And when it comes to later stage family offices, the challenges evolve to include portfolio surveillance, which helps with the supervision of underlying management teams, as well as add-on investments, broadening the search for investment candidates that ideally lead to better and more options.
So as they do more good deals follow them.
Exactly. And obviously to facilitate exits, broadening exposure to the right investors will also maximize your exit value. And that all comes with broadening your network, which is easiest done through outsourcing.
Do you find it challenging to convince a family office of the benefits of outsourcing relative to the resources they have in-house?
Yes, because it can be counterintuitive. A lot of family offices have had negative experiences with intermediaries of any type. And so there's a hesitancy to spend the money to outsource, even though in the long term, especially at an early stage, it's the best and most efficient way to success.
Yeah, what I found is that they do appreciate the independence and objectivity of what a proper outsourced firm does. The other thing we try and impose upon them or impress upon them is the notion that if we can convince them not to do one deal that turns out to be a bad deal, then that's created an enormous return on investment just based on what we see and hear in the market. But it does take trust and a relationship to be built amongst advisor and advisee.
Exactly.
Excellent. Well, we hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out to Peter, myself, or any of your colleagues at LGA. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.